Let's get to some more information here. We have breaking news on something happening out of Pittsburgh, but Adam Schefter's got it on the other side of the break. It's all about T.J. Watt and that deal. Wait, Adam's here right now. They're telling me he sat down. Come on, Adam Schefter. Breaking news here on NFL Live. What's going on in Pittsburgh?
Laura, they have a 4-year, $112 million deal with T.J. Watt to make him the highest paid defensive player in the game. The deal includes $80 million in guaranteed money. And yes, he got the guarantees and the structure that he wanted. Again, this deal was going to get done, but the time the regular season opener began, it had to, because T.J. Watt is that important to the defense. And the deal now is agreed to, and it will be signed here shortly.
Saw, Adam, even Ben Roethlisberger as recently as yesterday making a plea to get this deal done. They wanted T.J. Watt, who is the heart and soul not only of their defense but to this team in a lot of ways, get this deal done to get him paid. I'll let our defensive guy have the first reaction.
Money, yeah, money.
We're dancing for like, it's not our money, it's
I know,
T.J.
I just be
Watt's
so
money.
happy. I be so happy when these guys get paid and it works out for them. I was talking about Pittsburgh. Y'all need to get this deal done. Not only was T.J. Watt obviously the guy on that defense that created a lot of opportunity for guys around him, he's the face of the franchise. Right. Like, we know Ben is on the other side. T.J. Watt is going to be the guy that is synonymous with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then when you think about this deal, the assurance of being locked up, right? And one thing we've always talked about with T.J. Watt is his motor. Play 1 looks like play 60. Yeah. That's the way he plays football. So for him to be rewarded and for him to have as much impact on the way they play defense, there is a history. My boy RC gonna love this. It's a history in Pittsburgh of a standard in which you play defense. And these are the type of guys that continue to keep that standard moving forward. So I'm excited for T.J. He's earned this. He wasn't thought of as this type of guy early in his career, so it means even more to see him get his money, and a lot of other young players should be looking at this and using it as an example on their way to their deal.
Yeah, you get what you earn, not what you deserve. I always say NFL players, they get a lot of money. There's a lot of people in the world that deserves things that do more impactful, but he earned his money. And I think RC was the guy who sent out the tweet was, well, you took him earlier than the fans wanted you to. He's exceeded the expectations. Yeah. He's outperformed the contract. I mean, T.J. Watt is unquestionably in the conversation for best defensive player in football. Yes. I mean, Ben said it yesterday, but that's a real thing. And so I love the fact that the Steelers did it, because I believe you mentioned the point yesterday that, well, a player like Mika Fitzpatrick is paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna, when the player gets taken or traded for, and Mika's, and I outperform what you're paying me, when does it happen where I get what I've earned, not what other people say I deserve?
Yeah. All right, once again, the breaking news from Adam Schefter here right now. T.J. Watt agreeing to a 4-year, $112 million deal with the Steelers. Louis Riddick, it makes him the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. What are your thoughts?
Look, this is the way business is supposed to work, right? This is good business for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's not shocking that it took some time, because that's how negotiations are supposed to go. You're not supposed to just show your hand right out of the gate. But the Rooneys are smart people. The Rooneys have a long history, and they have a long history of, being around people who are great defenders. Look, I played against some of those Pittsburgh Steelers defenses of the early 90s that had Kevin Green, that had Greg Lloyd, that had Chad Brown. Those guys were monsters. Those guys snatched the life out of our teams in Cleveland many, many times. And T.J. Watt is another in that long history of having edge defenders that are just absolutely game wreckers. And look, when you look at the statistics, if you just want to look at it objectively, forget the subjective part of watching the tape and how good does he rush versus, power versus speed, or where he was drafted at all. Look, over the past 3 years, there's only been one guy that has outperformed over that time T.J. Watt in terms of sacks and tackles for a loss. And we know who that dude is. That's number 99 for the L.A. Rams, Aaron Donald.
Hello.
These two are neck and neck right now. So they deserve their money. So give it to them, and let's move on and get to the rest of the business at hand in Pittsburgh. Because even Mike Tomlin said, T.J. Watt is a bad bleepity bleep. And you know what he meant by that.
I love it. Guys, the last time the Steelers had the highest paid defensive player.
I love when Lou get excited about deals. Lou been in their front office when people get paid. How you talk about it.
Gets done.
Lou likes when good business is done.
That's like his way of counting when the teams don't do it the right way. That's his way.
The Rooneys do it the right way. I was telling you guys that Pittsburgh had the highest defensive paid player all the way back to Rod Woodson. So it's been a long time, but here they go with T.J. Watt.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.